So this, I'm not ashamed to be associated with Jesus. I am not prepared to keep my Christianity a secret. I'm not a Christian. No, I'm a Christian. I'm not a spiritual secret agent man. Amen. Let's talk about our God-given purpose in life. Have you ever wondered what your God-given purpose in life is? I guess not. Okay. 3 is God's divine number, right? 7 is also. But God has given us at least 3 divine purposes for our life in relation to himself. In relation to himself. Number 1, Jesus told us to love him. Number 2, he told us to follow him. Number 3, he told us to abide in him. That means fellowship with him. Can we accept those as 3 divine purposes for our life? Love God, follow God, fellowship with God. Can we agree with that? Thank you. Now, these are our divinely given purposes in our relationship with our Father in heaven. The first purpose of our life is to love God. Let's talk about that. So how do I know that I'm truly loving God? I've had people to say to me, well, you know, Apostle Theo, God knows my heart. He knows my heart. He knows I love him. As Norval Hayes would say, bluebirds love the Lord. You can hear them sing in the morning. Guess where he lives, there's bluebirds. But, family, loving God is a little more than that. John 15:14. So John 14:15. Jesus said, if you love me, obey my commandments. Okay? It's easy to say I love God, but let's test that. Am I obeying his commandments? Once again, it's getting awfully quiet in the Presbyterian Church. Now, one might argue the greatest commandment that God ever gave us is the Great Commission. Is the Great Commission. After all, Jesus rose from the dead, and the last thing he said to his followers before going up in the cloud out of their sight back to the throne of God was this, found in Matthew 28, verse 19. Jesus said, therefore go and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I've given you. So this is now, we call this now the Great Commission. Go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Lord and teaching them to obey me. I wonder if anybody ever read that in the Bible. Did anybody ever read that in the Bible? 3 of you. Okay, well, we all read it now this morning. Amen. Say that. This is called the Great Commission because it's the Great Commission. Okay. Now, it's the Great Commission, and we might agree this might be the greatest command God ever gave the church just before leaving. And there's 3 steps here. If we look at this command, 3 steps. 1, evangelize. He didn't say make converts. Evangelize. 2, baptize. 3, educate. That's our mission. Evangelize, baptize, educate. So how can I claim to love God if I'm ignoring this Great Commission? If I am totally indifferent to lost souls, if I'm totally indifferent to this command of God to make disciples, if I don't care about it, how can I claim to love God? Because he said, if you'll love me, you'll obey my commandments. So I wonder here this morning, How many of us love God? Don't put your hands up now. Because really what I'm saying is, how many of you are bringing people to church? Because those are the ones that love God.
Thank you for watching Dr. Theo's YouTube channel. We will continue to offer encouraging and life-changing highlights from Dr. Theo's past, present, and future series and messages. Please take the time to like and share the videos. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.